So good afternoon or good morning, depending where you are located, or good evening if you are like Flavie in France. Thank you very much, Flavie, for joining us. You're from Be Essential Club France, our wonderful DMC, and you have a very special program for us today. In these 30 minutes, you're going to cover these undiscovered gems of France. So, my dear Flavie, the screen is all yours.
Thank you so much, Dominique. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you everyone for being here with us today. I really appreciate your time, and I hope I will be able to surprise you with a different area of friends that you might not know yet. And before we start and we go through the presentation, I'll just give you a few words about Be Essential and how we work. I know that some of you are already working with us and know us well, but perhaps for some of you, it's also the first time that you are meeting with us tonight or this morning. So basically, we opened our agency in 2018. I'm with Be Essential Club since the very beginning. I'm in charge of the sales department, and I work along with Elbia Edekra, who is the owner of the agency, and she's also the head of operation. Her and her team are based in Paris, and I'm home based in my hometown in Normandy. So we opened in 2018. We've been operating for a few years now, and we're not only typical, I will say, receptive agency. We also act as a concierge service agency, meaning that if you need any other additional service, such as booking a babysitter or a police escort, or you need restaurant reservation, just one transfer, we are here to help as well. We don't have any minimum to work together. So feel free to contact us for any need you have, or even just some tips or some recommendations. That way you can start to engage the conversation with your clients. Also, we are not working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We tend to be available as much as possible. Our cell phone number are always in our signature, and we are using WhatsApp. So we are here, as I mentioned, to help you, to guide you. And we also have a form on our website that you can fill in at any time, even during the weekend. We have someone on duty working behind this link and receiving your request and starting to work on a proposal. Meaning that if you're having a drink with a client on a Friday evening and you have all the information needed, your lead is ready, don't wait until Monday to contact us. You can go online, fill in this form. It really takes only 3 to 4 minutes, and someone will be starting to work on the itinerary. As you know, tour guide, transfer company, restaurant, hotel work also during the weekend. So we can definitely save some time and move on faster with the itinerary. So today we will be talking about 3 different topics, and I'm very excited to introduce them to you. So we're going to move to the next slide. So what we will cover today, we will be talking about Le Grand Tour. Le Grand Tour is something really, really new and very interesting. Is a new and very unique way to discover France. It's a spectacular experience created and run by the world-known Puy du Fou. I will go more in detail into this experience on the next slide, but just for you to be aware, this hasn't been promoted yet on the US market, or neither on the American market. So this is kind of an exclusivity and something very new and excited to know about. Then we will be talking of Off the Road in South Corsica. How to discover Corsica like you never did before. It's a real adventure, giving you access to very preserved nature and learn more about the history and the way of life of the locals. And the third topic today will be the bracing of the bulls in the south of France. So your clients will be able to immerse themselves in the day-to-day life of a French branch, followed by the visit of the Saline, or the biggest bird reserve in France. So Le Grand Tour. Le Grand Tour, it's not only a train, but it's a one-of-a-kind experience. It's an immersive show on board and also during the excursion. It's a really an onboard, extravagant and unique experience. Basically, the Puy du Fou turned a German regional train into very chic Belle Epoque legendary train. With all the comfort and the technology that you can think of. So basically, your clients will be going to the most iconic railway line through different regions of France in less than a week. So you have two different options. The first option will be a 6-day, 5-night, and will go all around France. And the second option will be just a 2-day, 1-night, if your clients just want to have the experience but don't have the time to do the whole week. Then the 2-day, 1-night will focus on the region of France and Épernay. You can see on the picture, this is Belle Epoque style, very classy, very plushy, and also it's really an intimate and exclusive experience. You will have only 30 guests on board, so less than what you can find in an airport, in a plane, or in an hotel. 36 guests on board, exclusive because you will have access to some rooms and some area that are not open to the public during the excursion. Private also because you will do all the transfer in private van, Mercedes van, and you will also have access sometime to some amazing location and castle before the opening hours. So that's something also very, very special. Just to come back to the experience, basically during the journey, the Puy du Fou prepare a riddle that the guests will have to crack by the end of the trip. Several clues will be given either on board or during the excursion by actors. So it's not only tour guide that your clients will meet on site and during the excursion, but there are also actors. For example, there will be a stop in Reims to visit the cathedral, but it won't be like a classic visit. The visit will be led by an actress who will be Clotilde, the wife of Clovis, and she will explain in her outfits from the 500 the crowning of her husband in the cathedral. So it's really a different approach. It's something really entertaining. It's something different than what you've seen before. It's also a culinary journey with a 3-star Michelin chef, Alexandre Couillon. Alexandre Couillon received his 3rd Michelin star in 2022. And he's the one who elaborates the menu on board. So each day, your clients will savor local dishes from the region they have visited the day before. So that's also something really interesting because they will discover different gastronomy. And all those meals will be paired with wine from prestigious vineyards, such as Le Clos Vougeot, for the one who knows it. Just for you to know, all the liquors and the champagne won't be included in the price, but they will be in a separate bit. So it's really a storyline coordinated by the Puy du Fou. Some of you already know the Puy du Fou. They are known for its worldwide award that they received recently for the best nighttime scenic show about France's history. They're very famous. And the guests will have the chance at the end of the journey, the last night, to stop at the Puy du Fou and to see this show, which is really spectacular. Going to the next slide, you will see the itinerary. So basically, the clients will have the opportunity to see two excursions per day, but they will also have alternative options. So if they don't want to, if they already saw the cathedral and the last year and they don't want to visit it again, they will have the chance to go for a helicopter ride or to go for a spa treatment. So there are some alternatives to the excursion that are offered during the trip. So basically, it will start in Épernay, in the Perrier-Jouët Champagne House, where the clients will stop for a visit and a tasting, and they will also stay in the house for lunch. So it goes from this very famous champagne house to the discovery of Annecy Lake on a boat, or even walking on Vincent van Gogh steps in Provence. So it's a very diverse itinerary, and you can't really go through France and see that so many locations in 6 days. So this is really the best way to discover France in general, without having to spend 2 weeks in France. I think it's a for a first trip, or even if the clients have been to France and they'll repeat, I think it's a pretty interesting way to travel and to discover France. In regards to, so there will be some lunch on board, but also some lunch off board in very special and unique venue setting. So for example, they will have the opportunity to have lunch in Olive Grove in Moulins de Castellas in front of Beau de Provence. They will have the opportunity also close to Arcachon to have an oyster tasting in a small village, and then followed by a lunch on a boat and many other surprises. Some of the lunch also will be on board on the train. The train will ride 4,000 kilometers in 6 days, and it will be only daily train rides. So how it works. Basically, the train will start its ride from 8 a.m. in the morning until the first excursion, probably until 10:30 a.m. Then the clients will go on excursion. They will either have lunch on site during the excursion or on board. Once the clients come back to the train, then the train will depart again to the next excursion that will be around 5 p.m. in the afternoon. They will do the second excursion, then come back on board. All the dinner will be on board in the train, and then the train will stop and park in a very quiet train station for the night around 10 p.m. So while the clients are sleeping, the train is not moving, the train station is closed, and it's very quiet and peaceful times. So, and also when the clients are on board and the train is riding, they can spend their time either in the bar carriage and sipping some cocktails or some champagne, reading a book, or just looking by the windows and enjoying the scenery. As you could see on the previous picture, the decor is really classy, really Belle Epoque, 1920s. And how the train is organized. So basically you have a carriage for the bar, one for the restaurant, and then you will have 10 cabins and 8 cabin suites. A cabin is about 10 square meters, a cabin suite is about 15 square meters. And you have also connecting cabins. 3 cabins per carriage and 1 butler per carriage. So up to 6 guests for 1 butler. So that's, as you can imagine, you may have think of the Orient Express as a similar experience, but think of nowadays all the technology and the comfort that you didn't have in the Orient Express, meaning that you have private bathroom, of course, in each cabin with a private toilets, private shower with unlimited water, and all the technology you can think of. So it's a very special and interesting product. You can see on the map, they are stopping in Épernay, in Reims, in the cathedral, the Beaune, Hospice de Beaune, where you will have access to some very specific room and area that are close to the public. In Annecy, they will discover the Lake of Annecy on the boat, and then they're going to have lunch on site. Then they will go to Provence, learn about Vincent van Gogh. They will also be doing some wine tasting, going to Avignon, Arcachon, Saint-Émilion, going to Chenonceau. As I mentioned earlier, they will be able to arrive 1 hour before the castle opened to the public. And so they will have access to an amazing property just for them, which is incredible. And then they will spend their last evening in Puy-du-Fou, as you can see on the map. And then they will have a brunch on the next morning, going back to Paris. So it's really a one of a kind experience. It's possible to book the whole train. The cost is 300,000 euro. 300,000 euro for the 6 day, and then you can do the itinerary you want. So that's something special. It can be for a wedding or very special occasion, or it can be also for an incentive if your clients have a high-end company and they want to invite their manager or their director, executive committee, and this is something that can be done as well. And just remember, only 36 guests on board, so it's very intimate, and there will be 15 staff. In this staff, you will have also some actors that will be here, remember, to give some clue to crack the riddle that have been coordinated by Puy du Fou. Moving forward, we're going to Corsica. Totally different product. Here we are on a 4x4 adventure, so nothing compared to what I mentioned before. I personally really like this experience because as some of you might know, Corsica, especially during July and August, when it's a kid holiday in Europe, can have very busy road. And that's not really what we want during our vacation. We want to discover locals, we want to discover the nature, and we don't want to be on those roads. So here, basically, it's a full day excursion with a private driver in the South Corsica. So the departure and the return will be in Porto Vecchio. You will ride the whole day. So it's basically some Toyota Land Cruiser that I use. You can be 6 guests plus the driver. And you will go through the mountain, discover some little village. You're going to do some off-road, and you will learn about the Corsica heritage and legend. You will have a stop in a pig farm, which is, Corsica is very famous for the charcuterie. So you will see baby pigs, and I think it's pretty cool, especially if you are with kids. And you will have lunch in a typical and authentic restaurant in the mountain. And included as well, it's a 45 minutes guided walk. So this is a different way to discover Corsica, but for sure, this is not what your clients might be thinking of once they go to Corsica. So feel free to give them this suggestion. And of course, we can adapt also if they want to do half day, they don't want to do the full day. We can definitely do this. Optional boat day, also still in South Corsica. If your clients are there for a few days and they just don't want to spend the entire stay at the hotel by the pool, and they want to do things and discover the area, you have the possibility to go on the boat and to visit the island of Cervical, Cavallo, Lavezzi. They are very secluded island with not that many people there, almost no one. And your clients will also discover Bonifacio, its cave, cliffs, and history. It's possible, of course, to snorkel from the boat, and they will have lunch in Bonifacio or on the beach close to Bonifacio. So this is an additional excursion that your clients can combine with a 4x4. And if they are still seeking for more adventure, of course, we have a sailing boat to sail the coast and the secluded beach. We have helicopter ride, we have mountain biking in the pine forest, or canyoning. Corsica, it's an incredible destination for people who love to be outdoor and who love the nature. There is so much to discover, but the most important is to be with a good guide or a local, a person who is passionate about the destination, and if possible, to avoid the crowd as much as possible. And then the third topic, we will go into the wild in Camargue. So here is basically a 2-hour visit of a manade in a Mercedes Jeep with the owner. What is a manade? It's kind of a ranch. It's a French ranch where they raise buffalo through the years. So it's about they have about 500 acres and they have 100 of buffalo there. So the visits start around 10 a.m. And then they go on the jeep, they go into the field. Either they can watch the bull from the jeep, or there is also a site where inside the field where they can stop and they can do picture and they can have the bulls coming close to them, but it's all safe and there is no worry to have. Also, for you to be aware, it's there are lots of birds in this area. You have over 300 species of birds that migrate every year over there. Also on property, there is a rice production. So that's also a reason why the birds love to come to the property. But if you have some guests who love the nature and love bird watching, this is an amazing place to discover. It's the second ecosystem, the most fragile after Amazonia in the world. So it's an amazing opportunity to have the chance to be there and to see what the nature has to offer over there. Then after this 2-hour visit, the clients will come back to the main house of the ranch. They will have an aperitif with the owner. They will also, the owner will showcase a collection of 50 saddles that he has coming from all over the world. And they will watch a video about the bull race and explaining the difference from the one in Spain. They're totally different. So it's quite interesting. The lunch can be done either as a picnic on property on the ranch, or it can be in a restaurant really close by. Both options will be led by the Michelin star chef Armand Arnal. So they will have a delicious, a nice moment and a delicious lunch for sure. In the afternoon, they have the option either to visit a saline. So just for you to be aware, the vast pink panorama of the saline will be from mid-May to mid-September. So that's the best time to go there. Also close to the saline, there is a wild beach with no construction, nothing around, where the clients can have a drink. They can also go for a swim. So that's the first option for the afternoon. Or they can go to a bird reserve where there are hundreds and hundreds of flamingos, and the flamingos can go really close to you, meaning like they can go like 2 meters from you. So also for kids, it can be a nice option as well. So that was the 3 topics I wanted to introduce you today. If you have any question, please do not hesitate. Here you can see more picture of what can be organized. So this is the manad, of course. They raise the buffalo, but they also have a lot of wild, semi-wild horses. If it's organized way in advance, the guests can see the horses going for a swim in the ocean, managed, of course, by the ranch, the person from the ranch. You can see also the saline here on the picture, and you can see a nice setup for a lunch on the beach prepared by this Michelin star chef.
Oh,
and I'm happy to answer any question you may have. Please do not hesitate. I'm here to guide you and to give you any tips. I hope I didn't forget anything, but please don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you very much, Flavie. I knew it before. I knew that you would show something that I have never done or never been. So that's, but the train, I didn't even heard about the train. Oh, that's quite amazing, huh? Yep. So
it's something new, and they are launching it this year. So the first ride will be mid-May, and it will run until end of November.
Okay, so that's perfect. You're going to send all this information to everyone, huh? And
yes, I will send a follow-up email with the presentation of the train more in detail, but I will send you also some video of the off-road 4x4 in Corsica, a really nice video, and a few videos as well of the Camargue. Sometimes it's nice also, you get a better feel to see it on the videos and just a picture. And I think it's nice also to share sometime with the clients so they can really see themselves there.
Yeah, now especially it's something new that the clients might not even have heard about. So it's great for our travel advisor to be the first one to say, hey, This is a
Exactly.
new way to go to France, because by now I think most of the people have been to France once. So how to surprise them is definitely something to, that they're going to enjoy showing their clients. So we have a few questions. What is the average age that booked the Grand Tour?
So I had the same question. I was talking with an agency yesterday, and she has the same question. I don't have the answer, to be honest. It's a new, it's a launch this year. So I'm not sure they have already a type of clientele yet. The price is reasonable, I would say. I don't think it's something for old people. I mean, it's something for everyone, but I think young people can also have a fun time. Even a honeymoon can really enjoy this time in France, and it's the best way to see the most of France in only 6 days.
No, I think it's fun. I think it's fun for all ages. I don't think there is a rule for that. So Hélène, you're asking for other region of France. I presume you could create a locally based, more adventurous or local set of experience for clients with local guides similar to these 3 special offers you mentioned today.
Yes, of course. And we're promoting emerging destination a lot this year, such as Brittany, for example. I mean, we try to we have, of course, all the classical tour, but we also try to look outside the box and find those little gem in other region as well.
Hélène, you're saying you miss the pricing on the train for 1 night and the 5-night program.
Yeah. So in the presentation I'm going to send you, you will have the pricing. If it's a single occupancy or if it's double occupancy, pricing will change. So I will send you everything.
Mileta, you want to know what is a minimum age for the Camargue? I think there is no minimum, no?
No, there is no minimum age, no.
Didi, you said, will you send us a contact by email? Yes, we will. I usually do that. I send Flavie all the recording and everything, and she does an individual follow-up. So you're going to have all this. Dee, you said, thank you, Flavie, great experiences. Totally agree. Joanne, you want to know if there is a rail strike. Does it affect the train tour?
If there is, sorry, a rail?
A rail strike.
A rail strike. No, it won't affect his.
No, because it's private. Even if it's not a buyout situation.
They are not going on the main. I mean, sometimes they have to go on the main railway, but they are trying to take also some peaceful and quiet route, basically to avoid also to have high-speed train riding all day long next to the train. That's not really the goal of that's not the experience that they are looking for. So what they explained to me is that they are really using train stations that are not the main one in France, like small one that close at night. And of course, sometime I'm sure they have to go on the main railway, but most of the time they are trying to go through the countryside. And I hope we won't have a strike this summer, and hopefully everything should be done soon.
I think, Flavie, they really want you to tell them how much is a Grand Tour and not to wait for the email.
Okay.
I hear that. I see another. Françoise, any idea of the rate? I know you mentioned it was a buyout. You said $300,000 for 6 nights. For 36
exactly,
years?
And I believe the single occupancy was around 11 or 12,000, and double occupancy was about 7,000-8,000
per person. It's include the meals.
It includes the meal, the wine pairing, all the excursion. It doesn't include the alternative excursion, such as helicopter ride or spa treatment, and it doesn't include the champagne and the liquors.
So basically, for a couple, you said 7,000. It's just 1,000 something per night, huh? just a little above
person.
1,000 something per night, kind of all inclusive with the alcohol. I think it's great. Yeah. Oh, do they want to do a fun trip? Who wants a fun trip?
I asked them already, and they said that they will organize something after the season.
Okay, we should pick people who actually take the time to listen to you. Huh? Voilà. Georgia, she said, thank you for the wonderful presentation. I appreciate learning about this new journey, especially the Grand Tour. Huh? Joanne, what a wonderful experience the Rail Grand Tour must be. Alejandra, wonderful, the ride in the train. Thank you very much. Beautiful experience, and thank you for the great presentation. And please tell me, where is Camargue?
Oh, so Camargue is close to Arles. So if your clients are staying in Arles, for example, it's very easy access from Arles. So it's in the south of France, center south. Yeah,
and it's well known for the horses, and it's a beautiful area. But I personally never had the chance to go. It's always a little bit off the beaten path. Huh? Voilà. Hélène, Corsica, fabulous island. So glad to see it's been highlighted. And Berta, you said, thank you very much. The Grand Tour looks wonderful. Yes, I totally agree. But I think that because a lot of us has a lot of buyout requests, family traveling together, I think that 18 cabin, it might not be so difficult to book as a whole. You imagine a mini, I don't know, you could even do a little wedding or a birthday party. I think it's a great thing as a buyout as well. Huh?
Yeah, and it's a great way to discover, especially, for example, some route when you arrive in Annecy and the train goes through the mountain. I mean, the scenery is just beautiful. It's and if you do the buyout, you can choose really where you want to go, and then they get everything organized.
True. You said that too, huh? Wow, no, and it's a nice way to see France. Or I don't know, somebody who wants to take their 15 years old and say who has never been to France and show them quickly, or as a gift, a graduation gift. I don't know, there is so much opportunity to do a nice tour like this. Huh? Hélène, final question. Are the quote commissionable for the train, and for touring, are the quote net or commission included?
No, it's commission included.
Okay, perfect. All right, and so I think we're all good. I don't see any more questions. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Huh? We know you're busy. Tomorrow, if you want to go with me, we are going to Islas Secas. We're going to meet the new GM, Islas Secas in Panama. And we are grateful that you still attend our webinar, and knowing how busy you are. And you're in very good hand with Be Essential Club. I can tell you the feedback, if you have not tried already their services, is amazing. So we are very proud to have you with us, Flavie. Definitely.
Thank you, Dominique. We're happy to be with you as well.
So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Hein? Buenas tardes et bonsoir ou bonjour pour certains. And Richard, you said thank you for this presentation. Have a nice trip. Thank you. Grand Tour looks wonderful. Perfect. Or Françoise, you said a wedding anniversary. Huh? Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Perfect. Allez. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dominique.
Have a good rest of the day. Bye.
Bye-bye.